Hello everyone, this is Matt from the Cardboard Stacker, and we have another fun game to show you. In this video, we are introducing Monsters Love Vegas, a competitive tabletop game designed by Sarah Shipp and produced by Glass Shoe Games. Monsters Love Vegas can be played solo or competitively with other players, and lasts about 15 minutes of gameplay. You're watching a video rulebook, your guide to the rules of the game. This video is divided into chapters. Scroll across that scrubber bar so you can jump right on the section you want to hear more about. You can also find that list of chapters below. And if you like how we discuss games, please share your comments, give this video a like, and subscribe to the channel. Your engagement helps us grow our channel so we can continue making content for you. Thank you so much for your support. The game is organized into 12 turns and a final scoring phase. At the start of each turn, check to see which trade cards flip over, revealing new possible trade actions. Then, players select a trade they can perform from the grid of trade cards, and mark the changes to their items on their player board. After 12 turns, the turn card deck will be out of cards, and the game will be over. Players will calculate their scores as described on their player boards. The player with the most points wins. Here's how to get started. Pass out player boards and markers to each player. Shuffle each set of gold cards and randomly select a 3, 4, and 5 point card to be used for the game. Keep these cards face up and visible to all players. Next, shuffle all trade cards and arrange them in a 3x3 grid. Each person sets up their board by circling the highlighted 4 on the poker chip meter and 3 on the playing card meter. These will be your starting resources with which to trade. And lastly, shuffle the 12 turn cards and keep them in a deck next to the grid of trade cards. Now, we're ready to play the game. At the beginning of each turn, the top card of the turn deck is revealed, indicating which trade cards on the grid need to be flipped. Flipping random cards to their opposite side will change the menu of trades that players can make every turn. Each turn, players look at the grid of trade cards and their player boards to decide which trade to perform as their action. Each trade card has 2 different trades. The trades can only be performed from left to right, as indicated with the arrow, never the opposite direction. Players who cannot make a trade or choose to pass on a trade indicate so by marking the open circles found in the scoring directions on their player board. But be careful, each pass penalizes you 1 point. Once all players commit to a trade and update their item inventory on their player boards, the turn ends. Time to flip a new turn card for another round of trading. After the 12th turn, there will be no more cards in the turn deck to reveal, and the game concludes with the scoring phase. Players calculate their scores according to the directions on their player boards, and they can score additional points each time they create a separate set of items shown on the gold cards. Once all players have collected their scores, that's game over. Players compare their total scores. The player with the most amount of points wins. Before we get to the end, don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel if you found this video helpful. After the 12th turn, there will be no more cards in the turn deck to reveal, and the game concludes with a scoring phase. Players calculate their scores according to the directions on their player boards. First, check how many poker chips you have left. The number you have to the right of that amount is how many points you score for your remaining poker chips. Score playing cards in the same way. For each magic rabbit you collected, you can increase the amount of one basic item by 2 to a maximum of 6. For each slot machine, choose a different basic item and score points equal to the amount of that item you have. Flamingo cups are scored based on how many you collected. The player that collected the most key cards gets 7 points, and the second most scores 4 points. And if 2 players tie for the most, they both get 7 points, and the player with the next largest amount gets 4 points. For each separate pair of jackets and shorts, you earn 5 points. For each time you passed on trading, subtract 1 point from your total, but you can only deduct up to a maximum of 3 points. For each basic item, you score 1 point for each pair you have. Finally, players can also score additional points each time they create a separate set of items shown on the gold cards. But keep in mind, each item can only be used to complete 1 gold card. Thanks so much for watching, and we hope this video was helpful. Be sure to check out the channel for other videos and share feedback in the comment section below. And as always, remember to keep on stacking games.